I went down to Nashville for the Vince Vaughn Wild West Comedy Festival. The first one. Hopefully not the last time, because it was such a great time. And I got to play the Ryman Theater, and I didn't realize that was the original Grand Ole Opry. And I'm going to tell you about that right after these messages from our sponsor. I know. Fuck you, too. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. I got to do these. All right, back to the damn podcast. So, I mentioned I played the Ryman Theater, which isn't in downtown. It's in what I consider the downtown. It's right where the Nashville Predators play. They got all the honky-tonks there, and they got all the I don't even know what they call them that anymore. Whatever, all the fucking country music and all that shit. And right around the corner, right off this little street, is the Ryman Theater. And that's where the original Grand Ole Opry was at, from like 1930-something to 1974. And basically anybody who was anybody got to perform. Even before then, before it was even the Grand Ole Opry, it was a vaudeville space. So all these other guys, I imagine Charlie Chaplin, he was doing the rounds. He was working the road. Buster Keaton, W.C. Fields, they had his headshot hanging in there. So even that's how much history this place. Even when the people that I'm freaking out about, the Hank Williams, Patsy Cline and all them, even when they performed there, that place was already legendary. And they actually had a couple strips of wood from the original stage, so everybody, who came out to perform had to go and step on them and just think that, all these unbelievable performers had been there. And I'm not going to lie to you, it was one of the best shows I've had in my entire career. I don't know what happened. I went out there, and it usually takes me a second to get a little warmed up, get a vibe for the room, but I walked out there, and it used to be a church, so they have all the original pews. It was made in like 1898, so they still had all the original pews. I'm telling you right now, if you go to Nashville, you got to go see a fucking show there. There's a bunch of other great venues there and stuff, but you got to go. Like, I heard Neil Young played there recently. That's one that I would just stop what I was doing, get on a plane to go to the Ryman Theater and just sit in a fucking pew from 1898 and watch Neil Young. It's just incredible. So somehow a shithead like me told enough dick jokes, and next thing you know, I'm the next guy on the show. So I walk out there, and the sun's going down and up in the upper deck. It's really small, a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be, because people were smaller back then, and they packed them in. And there wasn't all this extra crap, luxury boxes and everything. So, whatever, it was like a 2,000-seater, 1,800-seater, and it was the size of, like, I swear to God, like a lot of 500-seat theaters. It's unbelievable. We're literally triple the fucking size of these people, I guess. So, anyways, up top, they had these stained glass windows, so the sun was going down, all right? The sunlight's coming through the stained glass windows. It was like the fucking Blues Brothers moment. And I went out there, and it was a great crowd. And I was on. I started talking. They started laughing. And I swear to God, I almost did like 2 hours. I did like an hour and 45 minutes. And I left out like 3 huge bits that I'm going to do on my special. You got to have your blocks. When I put together a new hour and I feel like I got it together, is you need that big opener, you got to have the big closer, and then you got to have 3 or 4 big ones in the middle, and then you got your little ones. You give them the rest, then you go back and do a big one, give them a little rest, take them on a little ride. But you got to have the 4 corners there. To build the structure is how I view it. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't have a good science background, but that's how I fucking view the thing. And I don't know. I've had so much fun. I'm having more fun than I ever had doing stand-up, so I have more than enough at this point. And that's the only concern I have when I go to tape this thing, is I don't want it to be overly long. But I also want to document those jokes, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Either do all of them and then cut the special and then have those as extras. I have no fucking clue how I'm going to do it. But you know what? It's a great fucking problem to have. So anyways, backstage, and you can take a tour of this, is they have up on the third floor, they have the Johnny Cash room, and they have the Hank Williams room. And then you go down the floor beneath it, they have the second floor, that's where all the women's are, because men are better, we're above, on floor number 3. And then on floor number 2, they had like the Patsy Cline room, and then what else? Who the fuck? I'm just so bad at country stars. This is really bad. I have no fucking idea who they had. I'm sorry. I just painted the whole picture and then just dropped the brush. Just let you guys fall right off the fucking canvas. I'm sorry. I don't remember, but it was fucking amazing. I actually came out to Patsy Cline when I was there. I know it's hacky and it's touristy, but it was cool. I've always liked her,